Thank you for joining us today for Relationship Marketing, Tea, and Sympathy. This is actually a re-recording from last week because, well, a couple reasons. Cheryl's actually here. Yoo-hoo! And the second reason is we had a lot of feedback in the other one. So let's get it going. Relationship Marketing, Tea, and Sympathy. This is going to be co-hosted by myself, Sharon Grimm, Senior Manager with SendOutCards. Been with SendOutCards for 5.5 years now. And my co-host is
Carol Ward. And I too am a senior manager with SendOutCards. I've been with the business for nearly 5 years. So welcome.
great.
You ready to get started?
Yes, and halfway through this, in a 15-minute mark, we're going to have Cheryl join us and we'll do more testimonials and explain more. But the first half is going to be just explaining what SendOutCards has to offer. So let's get going, Carol.
Sounds like a plan.
The information that Carol and I are going to share with you will change your life. It will actually help you strengthen relationships personally and professionally. And SendOutCards is making this positive impact on people worldwide. And we are very excited you're here with us so we can share it with you.
Absolutely. Let me just give you a little bit of background about the company. Cody Bateman, our founder, founded the company in 2003. We are located in Salt Lake City, Utah. That is our international headquarters. And we're a member of the DSA, which is the Direct Sellers Association. It governs our type of business. Well, when Cody first thought about this business, it was his goal to take the offline brick and mortar business of cards and gifts to an online click and order, just like Amazon did for books, Netflix did for movies, and iTunes did for music. Do you realize that these $3 billion companies have effectively collapsed the inefficiencies in our marketplace? They have done amazing things for us. Amazon, they currently are the number one seller of so many things because people just naturally go to Amazon for everything they want to buy. They look it up there, they click, they send. Before you know it, those funky little white trucks are showing up in your driveway and you're going, who's here? And you have your little smiley box. Well, Netflix has done such a good job of changing the way that we watch movies and TV shows that people now have a term called binge watching. And that's strictly because you can go on Netflix and watch your movies and your shows all weekend long and binge on them. And iTunes, well, everybody knows that iTunes has done a phenomenal job of changing the music industry. Now, instead of going to a music store, which I don't remember the last time I went to one, you simply go to your phone, your tablet, your computer, and you go to the iTunes store, click on a track, download it, and you're listening in no time at all. So, with that,
SendOutCards is doing the exact same thing in the greeting card and gifting industry. Today, from the comfort of your home, your office, wherever that may be, on your phone or your tablet, you can create a card and press send. SendOutCards will print it, stuff it, stamp it, and mail it. Woohoo! This is the magic of it.
Nice. Did you realize that in today's world, they're calling it a digital revolution? Because things like the largest taxi company owns no taxis. Uber, the largest telecom company, owns no lines. Skype, the largest media owner, creates no content. Facebook, we all probably participate in that, and we've made them very popular by creating our media on a regular basis for them. And the largest movie house owns no cinemas. Netflix, which is something that we've already talked about here. And the largest software vendors, Google and Apple, they don't even create the apps. So the soon to be largest greeting card and gifting company owns no stores. SendOutCards.
So true. SendOutCards happens to be the best customer appreciation and customer retention program in the world. SendOutCards has sent over 140 million greeting cards, 5 million gifts over the past 13, close to 14 years.
Yeah. Absolutely. And these highly customized cards can be created on your computer
or your smartphone. And guess what? Doesn't matter if you have an Apple or an Android. So you can send gratitude or sympathy from wherever you are.
Absolutely. And with that, we've also launched the, like Sharon was just saying, the app. Well, you do everything else on your phone these days. You read books, your communications, your banking, your bill pay, all of your note taking, social media, games. All of that is done on your phone. So why not do business?
That's true. And when research was done, 80% of business follow up is the need to say just these three things: thank you, it was nice to meet you, and we're celebrating the new possibilities of working together. So, this is why SendOutCards created the First Impression Kit, which is simply a template that comes in black satin or your white pearl, and it's a signature series card. This First Impression Kit will allow you to make that first impression to be that great lasting impression. And we're going to go over a few more things about that.
I'm going to show you exactly how simple it is to make that, because this is our app. And if you look in the bottom of the screen there, we have campaigns now able to be launched straight from your phone. So in less than a minute, I'm going to go through this and show you how it's done. So I click on there and up pops my list of campaigns. We're going to select the white new possibilities that we just talked about. And in comes the card itself right onto my screen. All that I'm going to do is swipe to the left, and I'm going to see the inside left of that card. Now, this is where you can really make a great impression. You could simply take a photo that you take on the fly, or you've already got it on your phone, and pop it right in there, and there you have it. This is now a piece of art for your customer that once you swipe to the left again, you can put in your words and tell them exactly how you feel. We have a pre-made template so that if you don't have the correct words, we'll help you. If you would like to customize it, you can go ahead and do that as well. One more time, we're going to swipe to the left, and now we're on the back of the card. This is what we call our custom branding. And you would have the rights to be able to brand yourself on the back of this card any way you see fit for you or your business. Once you've done that, it's one more step that we have to do is send it to somebody, right? So you've created it, let's send it. LJ is who we were talking to, and that's who we're going to be sending this card to. So we're just going to click on that. And here pops in how much it's going to cost with the number of points, the expense, and we're just going to submit it, and away it goes. And in the mail, this is what LJ is going to see.
Absolutely gorgeous, Carol. Look at that signature. You got the personalized photo. You have the branding on the back of the card. And this is all part of that first impression kit.
Yes, it's absolutely beautiful.
How long does it usually take you to send a card like this?
Well, you just saw it was under a minute.
Awesome.
And that is what I do every day. So
let's talk about pricing so people have an idea. That card costs about 5 points,
right,
which is to be about $2 on this particular plan as a preferred monthly package.
Okay.
And the preferred monthly customer subscription is 100 points a month. So that was a 5-point card. So you can do the math, whatever that may be. Miss Genius over here. So $39 a month for that is 39 cents a point, which is your best value. Or there's other packages. There's a retail package, 20 points a month at $9.80 a month. Or you can do a sliding scale fee for your pay-as-you-go option, which is just ranging from 66 cents per point to 43 cents per point, depending on how many points you buy.
Nice. In addition to the points, you're going to want one of these bundles, because now you have tools that can really help you make that first impression. Our marketing bundle and business bundle, both of those come with that first impressions campaign that we just showed you. It is absolutely beautiful, simple, and to the point. So if you're thinking of really using this for your business, we highly recommend that you would use the marketing bundle, but we would want you to talk to whoever you're working with to get the specifics for your needs. The personal bundle, as you can see, has the custom brand manager and signatures. The marketing bundle, here's everything that's in that one. And then our business bundle, which is our best one, has a multi-user account, which can really be useful for a staff with a bunch of salespeople. So as you can see at the bottom as well, it's telling you what the cost of that would be if you purchased each one of those items individually. So the savings of purchasing a bundle as opposed to the individual pieces is tremendous as you work up the bundle scale.
Yeah, and just pointing out the marketing bundle is the one Carol and I recommend to most people, and you can talk to the person who sent you here. For most businesses, it just has the most features available for you at a great value. And also, it's great if you're starting a SendOutCards business as a distributor, you have all the tools there to show and work the business. So again, that's what we recommend. So in talking about the business, and a lot of people see.
Tell us about that.
Look at and want to just share the cards and make money, whether it's a marketing, self-funding marketing campaign, or they just want this to become their business. It's $50 to become a distributor and $59 annual fee. Has everything there that's included with it. Some of the best options is the fact that we have our own marketing website in our back office, as well as training and phenomenal customer support, which we never hesitate to call.
No, we don't. So as we show this business to people and the cards themselves, we find that people fall into one of these four categories. You're a 1 if you're a customer. You're a 2 through 4 if you want to be involved in the business to some degree. You're a 2 for a referral partner or self-funding marketing plan, which we can go into with more detail if you want to contact us later. You're a 3 if you want to work this part-time, maybe pay a couple of bills every month and just put a small amount of time into it. Or you're a 4 if you're looking to replace your current income. So people will ask you that when they go through the business with you. And when we're done with the rest of this, we're going to ask you, where do you fall within that category?
Fabulous. And let's talk about the money. So people are always curious how you earn money. For every marketing bundle that you sell, you can earn up to $335. You can also earn up to $195 for every marketing bundle sold in your organization. And that bonus is paid to an unlimited number of levels. Simply double those bonuses for the business bundle and have them for the personal bundle. And then Carol is going to talk about the month after month residual income, because that's just a one-time bonus.
Yes, those were one-time bonuses when people purchased their tools. But in addition to purchasing the tools, they're going to have a subscription. They're going to have points that they use every month. And as you show this business to people and you add distributors, then they will add customers. So if you add 3 distributors to your organization and they add 3 and they add 3, all the way down through 7 levels, you're going to be up to 3,200 people in your organization. Each one of those people, as well as their customers, will be buying points. And you'll earn a monthly commission off of that of 2% for each one of those, all the way up until you reach level 7. And that's where it gets even better, because now you're going to earn at 5%. And this is only at your distributor level. So depending on how much income you want to get from this business is how big your team will be. So you can do the math and make your own decisions.
Fabulous.
Not bad, huh?
So as Carol mentioned earlier, get back to the person who directed you to this video and ask yourself, are you a 1, meaning a customer, a 2, a referral partner, a 3, just want to work a business part-time, 4, you'd like to replace your current income. So where do you see yourself starting today? And
we're going to SendOutCards is an international company, and we have expansion planned for further companies. We're poised for massive growth right now, and millions of people are going to experience SendOutCards over the next few years. We will be a worldwide household name.
So join us today. as a customer, as a distributor. And now we are halfway through our presentation, and it's time to take a sip of your tea or glass of water or whatever you have next to you. And we're very excited to share how these cards can be used, strengthening relationships and the power of sympathy. Our lead guest speaker is Carol Ward, and I'm going to take a minute to introduce Carol. She has been a teammate for mine for 5 years. Very awesome person to work with, I have to say.
Thank you.
For 30 years, you were in corporate America.
I was born in corporate America.
And she did things like IT and a lot of business.
I was an accountant for half of that.
And consulting, and then she retired. Sort of. And she took on SendOutCards as her retirement business.
Right.
So she can work it in within her retirement plans and her travel, and she's really has a passion for it and a skill. And it's my honor to present Carol Ward as your special guest speaker, as well as Cheryl, who's also going to be Cheryl Bola. She's also here from Westboro as well, and she's going to also be the second part of Carol's
Cheryl's going to share some information with us after we get through a few slides. Yep. And I will definitely be telling you more about her because she is an up-and-coming rock star for us. So without much further ado, we will move on. I wanted to give you an idea of why I signed up with SendOutCards, because that's why we're talking about this subject. I have been a card sender my whole life. And one of those things that I am very adamant about is when I send a sympathy card, I really believe that it needs to be sent in a short amount of time, because I want people to know right away that I'm thinking about them, I care about them, and I'm hoping for them to be able to find comfort. When it's not sent in time, I had a tendency to just take that card and instead of getting that stamp and going to the post office, I would put it in the drawer. And then I would feel bad that I didn't have that opportunity anymore to reach out to that person. So when I walked into my first networking meeting and someone mentioned this product, I went, if they mail it, I'm all in, because they knew that I enjoy technology and I would love to make something on the computer. And so Sharon walks in the door and she says, yes, they do mail it for you. And I went, I'm in. So there became my history starting with SendOutCards. And I moved on from sending these standard cards that are in our catalog and started being a little bit more personal with them. I find that people post a lot of things on Facebook that mean a lot to them. And I felt that by incorporating some of those pictures that they post when a loved one dies, that it really has an impact on them. And I just want them to know that I'm thinking of them and caring for them. So I have this card that I sent in the fall to a friend of mine who lost her dad after a long battle, a long illness. And I knew that she was really having a tough time with it. So when she posted a lot of pictures, I picked a few that I felt were key pictures for her, and I really wanted to just reach out and tell her how I felt. And she sent me this note that I'm going to read to you that tells us exactly how she felt when she received it. So this is in Lisa's own words. I recently lost my father after a very long stay in hospice. Every moment I wasn't at his bedside at hospice, I was rummaging through the house looking for 2 photographs. One was of my first trip to Egypt to meet my entire family, and the other one was of me as a little Pocahontas. The photo of my trip to Egypt was the most important one to me because it was the very first time my dad and I rode horses together. And being the formal man that he was, I remembered him reluctantly taking off his jacket and tie to do it. I found both photos and more and posted them to Facebook as I chronicled my daddy's last months for his friends and the family in Egypt. A few short weeks after I finally returned to Boston from Ohio, where my dad lived, I was finally able to sit and go through the mountain of cards from the friends and family. I opened a card from Carol and had the shock of my life. It was the photo, the one of me and my dad on horses in Egypt. I was blown away and was trying to figure out, excuse me, how in the world she got a hold of the actual photo. I was on the floor in my kitchen, where I was originally standing at the counter, and cried all over again. Tears of grief and tears of disbelief and tears of joy. What an amazing and touching gift in the form of a card. What a brilliant way to tell me that she was thinking about me and understood what meant the world to me in that moment, a precious memory. Carol is a special lady with a special gift. So, yes, I cried. But that's exactly why I do this for people, because it touched her heart to the point where she carries this card with her every day. I just saw her a week or so ago, and she just once again gave me a giant hug because that card just means the world to her. So, moving along, sorry, Cheryl. This is not the easiest webinar to do, but it is one that I think is very impactful, because I think that people need to understand that this is more than just a piece of paper. It's something that really touches people's hearts, and so we thought that it would be great to share that with you. Creating a 3-panel keepsake was something else that I have done for people, and I did that for Cheryl. Cheryl Avola is a friend of mine, a distributor. She is a trainer at our local health club, and she's an amazing woman. And when she joined my team, she shortly thereafter found out that her dad was sick, and it became, it consumed her for the next couple of months. And as she went through the process with him, she too was finding many pictures that meant a lot to her and was posting them on Facebook. And I found some that I thought were just so Cheryl, and I put together this 3-panel card so that I could help her understand that we were thinking of her. And Cheryl.
Oh, okay, so with tears in my eyes as well. What Carol read before from her friend Lisa, I felt the same way when I received this card. When somebody passes, you do receive many sympathy cards in the mail, and you go through them and open them. When I ever opened this one, I too was like thrilled, and I just couldn't believe what she was able to create with SendOutCards. And it's a card that I carry with me all the time. And I'm able to show people now, you know, what they too, how they too can touch somebody's life. And being in SendOutCards and as a distributor, I've taken Carol, you know, learned by her, and I've done the same thing for people, and they've been just thrilled with the card that they get. And not only did Carol just send the card, but as you heard through the presentation, you can also send gifts. And what Carol sent with this card were 2 packets of seeds for planting. But the flowers on the package were called forget-me-nots. And I just thought that was so perfect. And it just meant so much to me. And now when I showed my mom this card, my mom wants one of these cards too.
And Cheryl just told me that, so her mom's going to be getting a copy as well. So I recently saw the card that you were carrying around, and it's starting to take a little bit of a beating.
Show it to a lot of people.
So one of the beauties of being able to make a card like this is that I was able to do a reprint of it for her and send that to her. So now she has a card that's not beat up, yes, that she can keep at home or whatever. And she has the other one that she carries with her. So now she has both copies.
We have both.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today and sharing that, because I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
So moving along, I just wanted to let you know that not only is it a great thing to honor people and when they pass, but it's also a great thing for when people lose their pets, because pets, as you know, are part of your family as well. And we have a friend who moved recently, well, a year ago, and shortly after she moved, her dog Buddy passed away. So I put together this card for her to show her that I was thinking of her, and I really, just it, I wanted to reach out and let her know that we were here and that we understood how she felt, because I had met Buddy many times. He was like a 20-year-old beagle. So um, what she said to me was, Carol, once again, you outdid yourself. Thank you for the great card and Buddy pictures. It was a hard thing to do, but he was no longer happy. So that just really tells you that it was something that meant that to her. And I went to visit her shortly after that, and her husband said, "Did you see the card?" And I'm like, "No." And he pointed to the windowsill where they had framed this card and had it right on their windowsill to look at every day. So that kind of was another tearjerker moment for me, but it's if I can make people happy and have their memories preserved, I think that's pretty sweet. Um, Another friend of mine had her mom passed away last year, and her mom had lived with her for a while, and they were very close. So I sent this memorial card as well, and it was a 3-panel. And she says, Carol, I can't thank you enough for the special card you sent. It was extra special and a card to make us smile. Thank you ever so much. I just so you know, I have already talked to everyone that I'm featuring here today, so that they're not surprised by it. They all gave me their permission to be able to share this with you. So um, that's pretty much what I have for you today. I just wanted to go through this and let you know that sympathy cards are a passion for me, to be able to help people through the roughest times of their life. And I think that you can see by many of the testimonials that it has definitely touched their hearts.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for both opening up your hearts. I know this wasn't easy, and sharing it with many others. A couple of things I want to point out. One of the reasons why Carol, it's the sending cards, is she owns a post office box.
Oh, yeah.
How
Yeah.
easy is it to get mail out the door, Carol?
It's yeah, it can sit here for weeks.
Mm.
So yeah, that is another obstacle that I have.
And another thing Carol has developed, you were mentioning you have templates. I noticed a lot of your cards have a similar background,
look, yeah.
so you kind of have simplified but yet personalized
Right.
the process.
When I started doing these, I played around with a lot of different backgrounds, and the one that you've seen in most of these cards is one that I definitely felt embodied a memory card and really gave that warm feeling to. So I do generally use something along these lines when I try to put something together for someone.
Excellent, excellent. And I think we're probably wrapping up. We might have went a little bit over, but that's okay. This is a special, we have 2 guest speakers, and we hope you got a lot out of this. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Carol or myself. And whoever sent you here, please reach out to them. They're your upline, your distributor of expertise. And we hope that this webinar has inspired you to keep those connections in memorializing those that have touched your lives and your loved ones' lives.
Absolutely. And thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you all about this as well, because I think that celebrating people's moments, whether they're happy or sad, are important. And that's what we really are about here at SendOutCards, is just helping you celebrate those moments.
And thank you for inviting me as well to share in this
Thank
as
you.
well. Thank you.
Awesome.